Welcome everybody, Mr. Petrella here. We're just going to demystify that making babies assignment a little bit together. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Oh, and I should preface this by saying you absolutely do not need a partner. I'm here. Yeah, no partner needed. Okay, let's go ahead and jump right into this document here. Now, the biggest thing that most people were saying they were having trouble with is that you need a partner for this assignment. So what do they do if they don't have a partner, right? It says right here, it says with your partner, make sure that you, make the babies together by flipping coins. But you don't necessarily need a partner. You can just do all of this yourself by flipping your own coin. So the way in which this works, you have one egg, egg one, and then you have sperm number one. And these ones you are going to match together for our second part, which is going to be found on the next page. Now you just need to see what the allele is going to be, whether or not it's going to be dominant or recessive for each of these traits. So all you're going to do is you're going to go ahead for each trait and flip the coin. So if the coin ends up heads, then you're going to use the dominant trait for the allele. If it ends up tails, then you're going to use the recessive trait for that allele. So for example, I flip the coin, and it ends up as heads. So for brown eyes, my first one is going to be a big B. Then I'm going to go ahead and flip the coin again. Oh, this one ends up tails. So for freckles, I'm going to have a little b. Go ahead, flip the coin again. Tongue rolling. Oh, heads. So it's going to be a big B. Dimples, I flip the coin again. Oh, it's heads. So it's going to be a big B. And you're going to go through and you can do that for every single one on egg one. And then you're going to do the same thing for every single one on sperm number one. So I flip the coin, I get brown eyes. So let's say I get tails here. So tails is going to be a little b. Freckles, I flip it, I get a head. So that's going to be a big B. And tongue rolling, I flip it and I get a head again. So that one's going to be a big B. Okay, so all you're going to do is you're going to go through and flip the coin every single time for each one. If it ends up being heads, you use the dominant or uppercase letter. And if it's going to be tails, then you're going to use the lowercase letter. And you go through and you're going to do that for all of egg 2 and sperm 2 as well. Just flip that coin and you're going to see whether or not it's dominant or recessive. Then what you're going to do is you're simply going to put egg 1 and sperm 1 together and egg 2 and sperm 2 together. So that happens on the back side of this page. So I would just head on to that next side of the page. I'm going to combine the genotypes here, or the alleles from egg 1 and sperm 1. So if I go back to this previous page for brown eyes, I see that, well, egg 1 brown eyes is going to be a big B right here. And I know that for sperm 1, it's going to be a little b right there. So I'm going to go over to the second page and I can fill out my genotype is going to be big B, little b. And then you're just going to tell me the phenotype, whether or not this child is going to have brown eyes, which is the dominant trait, or blue eyes. Now in this case, this is heterozygous, big B, little b. So it's going to display the dominant trait, which is going to be brown eyes. Then I'm going to go back and do the exact same thing with freckles. So in the case of freckles, my first one is going to be little b. And my freckles from my sperm is going to be big B. So I go over here. So again, freckles is going to be little b, big B, or big B, little b, doesn't matter. Regardless, you're going to put the dominant phenotype because this is a heterozygous genotype. And you're going to go through and you're going to do that for the rest of those traits. And you can tell me exactly what that phenotype is going to have. All right. In terms of drawing the picture, don't even really worry about it if you don't want to. What I'm going to be marking is I'm going to be marking this genotype and the phenotype, and just to make sure that those two match up, whether or not you've identified the proper phenotype with the given genotype. So I hope this helps in kind of explaining exactly how you're supposed to go through this assignment. If there are any additional questions, make sure to post them in the discussion board, and then I will try and answer or maybe create another video from that point on. All right. Take care, guys. Hope this video finds you well, and stay safe.